What's going on, champs and champions? It's FireMonkey here, and the content update, or I guess, hot fix update, whatever you want to call it, for this week has officially released, and with it, we kind of got a lot of removals, right? We didn't really get that much in terms of new items. However, we did get a brand new item in the game, so, we chill and we're vibing with it, and in today's YouTube video, I'm, of course, going to be telling you everything you should know. So let's start it off by talking about what was actually removed with the most recent content update. So, as you might have known, you might love it, you might hate it, it was Skywalker week in Fortnite last week, and that meant that we had lightsabers in the game, we had blasters in the game, we had stormtrooper NPCs, we had challenges and all that type of stuff. However, as of today, the Skywalker week has officially concluded, so there's no longer any challenges for, the Skywalker week. The lightsabers and everything else have been vaulted, and you're no longer able to be a Sith Lord, you're no longer able to fight Darth Vader or do anything along those lines. You're just kind of there, right? You kind of got back to your old loot pool without all the crazy lightsabers or whatnot, but to be completely honest, I don't really think lightsabers and all that really changed up the gameplay all that much. It just made the game feel a lot more fun, because even though I find lightsabers to be a little bit more on the weak side recently, they have been something that is just fun to mess around with, right? Who doesn't like swinging around a giant lightsaber of different colors and messing up random buildings or whatnot, right? But that has been completely vaulted with this content update, so it's just something that has officially ended. And of course, as you've probably seen by the item shop, these Star Wars cosmetics have also left the item shop, so you won't be able to pick up any of the new skins like Leia, Han Solo, or anything like that if you wanted them until they return in the very near future, which might be like a year from now or something like that. However, we did get a brand new item unvaulted and added to the game's loot pool, which is the item you may have seen me pick up just a moment ago, so let me go ahead, stop the car right here, get out, and show you the brand new Dial-A-Drop. Now, the Dial-A-Drop is basically your unique way to spawn in any type of supply drop you want based on 3 different themes. So let me go ahead and get over here towards like the circle and like a safe spot area, just kind of like down here in the little river. And you know what, maybe this isn't a safe spot. Let's go ahead and try eliminating these people over here long distance, just so that we are able to not get shot at while we're trying to get a supply drop out, and I can't aim for anything. So maybe they can just walk away from me? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, you know what? We're having troubles here. We're having troubles doing this, so I'm just going to run this way. We're just going to run this way, and I'm going to explain the item as I use it. So basically, we have the brand new Dial-A-Drop, which allows you to pick between 3 different supply drops when you throw it on the ground. You call it in, and then you can choose a health drop, which gives you health and shield supplies. You can choose a supply drop, which gives you weapons and resources like a normal supply drop would, or a vehicle drop, which will request a modded pickup truck to be dropped from the sky. And I know what you might be thinking, okay, how does a vehicle drop work, right? So we're going to go ahead, yeet that on the ground right now, and let's look at how majestic that is. Just look at this. You have a giant vehicle just dropping from the sky with the parachute and everything. It's got a nice little animation and everything. It's just super cool. It's super well detailed, and I honestly am like super excited to see something like this being added to the game, because when you do find them, they can be lifesavers. They can be game changers, right? They don't drop down instantly, so they're not like super overpowered, and they're not going to just like fall on the ground and kill you just by their velocity or whatever else, but they are still a thing that is viable to use and can help you with the pickup whenever you need it, whether you need, well, a vehicle or something else. So as you can see here, we got ourselves a vehicle fully fueled up. It's got literally everything to it. It's got chunker tires, it's got ourselves the cow catcher and everything else, and it's super nice to use, right? And then you can just drive away, right? We're in the middle of a combat, we had a lot of people fighting us, but let's say we want to go to the circle. We called it in, we finally got our drop after doing some of the battles or whatnot, and we can just start driving away, flee the scene, and no one is able to catch up with us, because at least in the area we were at when we started using it, we had no issues with anything when it came to the actual, other players being able to find another vehicle, because sure, they could go to the Chrome Crossroads, but they still would have to look around a little bit more in order to find one, whereas we got one guaranteed towards us. Now, of course, I am in bot lobby, so whenever you call this in a normal match, there is obviously the chance that you're going to have issues with other players actually trying to contest you and take your loot from you, so that is still going to be a little bit of a battle scene going on, but at the same time, it is in a pretty good spot, right? I think the Dial-A-Drop is very unique in how it works, and I think it's a very well-rounded item, right? I think it's one that is super needed for the game and just kind of adds a little bit more variety and flair to what's going on, but of course, we'll have to see if we like this item more or if we end up hating it or whatever else as the season continues and as we're able to use this item for longer and longer periods of time. But for right now, I'm enjoying it, right? I mean, I got a fully fitted out car right off the bat, so it's, you know, a nice drive for me because look, we're already in the circle, we're at another supply drop, we're going to be able to open it, and we'll be able to vibe just like normal. So let's go ahead, search this one right here, and like that, look at that. We got ourselves a vehicle from the supply drop, and then instantly was able to upgrade all of our loot to basically, you know, the highest tier, and if I was to drink the shield potions or whatnot, we're able to get that all the way up to max health as well. So it can become a really handy tool in your arsenal if you do find one of these, but you got to keep in mind that I think it only stacks up to 2 or 3 per slot. It might even just be 1 per slot. I haven't been able to verify that as of yet, but they are pretty rare, so it's not like you're going to be able to stack up 50 of them, call in a million supply drops at once or anything. And it is nice to see that with the vehicles, they're only allowing 5 per match to be spawned, so assuming other players actually spawn in a vehicle, you're only going to be able to get 5 of those spawning in that entire match, and then after that, you know, no more. You'll still be able to get the health drops, you'll still be able to get the regular supply drops, but you can't flood an entire map with vehicles, which I guess is, you know, a nice little balancing change that is understandable. But for today's question comment of the day, I want to know, what do you think about the brand new Dial-A-Drop item? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Do you think you need to mess around with it a little bit more in order to fully understand it and figure out how you feel about it? I'm just curious. And with that said, my name's FireMonkey, and I'll see you champs and champettes tomorrow with another YouTube video. Peace out.